gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. All right, guys. So, wow, we have a topic for you guys today. We're going to talk about Roe v. Wade being overturned. We're going to watch some of the reactions from these infanticidal feminists. And it's going to be a very entertaining show. Now, I have done an expose. On abortion, how it affects the Black community. And I have continually showed you reasons why, as a community, we should not support this policy. But it seems that the sisters really don't care. Okay. Seems like they want to be able to do what they want. It appears that they're really not worried about the issue. So here's what I'll say, guys. I actually have a live stream that we went over extensively the effects of abortion in the Black community. So let's see. I will pull that up really quick. Okay. So we have it right here. If you guys search, it is called Tales from Margaret Sanger, Origins of Planned Parenthood and the Negro Project. And we went through a multitude of documents. We debunked a lot of the talking points that the feminists will make, like, oh, well, what if somebody is raped? Or what if it's a case of incest? And we already know that rape and incest are 0.09% of actual abortions. Then we also went through a document detailing exactly how abortion affects the community. And we even learned stats that about 47.4% of live births when it comes to Black women are aborted. Okay, so they are aborting children at 100 miles per hour. All right. And it's really sad. It's really crazy. And everywhere I go on the internet, everywhere I'm seeing on the internet, they are justifying these actions. Okay, they are justifying these actions. And there's so many different there's so much evidence that shows that, yo, this is detrimental to the community. There's even statistics that say, hey, if Black women had abstained from aborting their children, we would actually be a higher percentage of the population. Some speculate even 40%, which right now we're at 12.9, 13%. Okay, so the Black community is aborting their children at 100 miles per hour. And it's just sad. I mean, it's kind of sad and funny at the same time. I'm not going to lie, to see like sisters going crazy about this shit when they're the main advocates. Oh, we're under attack and this, that, and the third. And then also there is, I'm trying to think of all the little talking points that they have. The maternal mortality rate. Okay, that's a big thing that they talk about as well. Maternal mortality, and I'm sad to say that the reason why we have so much or so many women passing away while giving birth is, quite frankly, because of their health. It doesn't have to do with the doctors are giving them piss poor care, and sometimes that does happen, but mostly it is because it is not healthy for a super overweight woman to give birth, okay? And it can cause a lot of issues. It can cause a lot of blood clots, carotid arteries, all this kind of stuff. You know, it's really an issue. And I think that a lot of sisters conflate this with, oh, well, Black women die more. When it comes to giving birth, we're dying more than any other race. And the reality is because a lot of sisters are living an unhealthy lifestyle. Okay. Also with this abortion conversation, there is accountability that has to be taken place. A lot of these women do not want to take accountability for sleeping with men that they have no intention on procreating with. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, so that is an issue that we are dealing with in the community. Um and quite frankly, it's really wild seeing people defending this stuff. Now, there also are reports that, oh, they're going to go out there, birth control, this and third. I don't agree with that shit. All right. I don't agree with going after the pill and plan B and all this stuff. But I definitely don't condone abortion. We also went over one of America's biggest serial killers, Kermit Gosnell, who was doing abortions past the third trimester. Even when the infant came out and was viable, he was snapping their necks and, beheading the infants. A whole bunch of gruesome things. He had the support of Hillary Clinton at a point. She basically wore a Free My Nigga t-shirt. And guys, like I said, for all this information, you're going to have to go back to the expose I did on Margaret Sanger. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to have a little fun with it. We are going to go to TikTok and react to women who are feminist women who are spazzing about the overturning of Roe v. Wade. So let's get into it.
Good afternoon, everybody. As I'm sure you've already heard, this morning the Supreme Court voted to overturn Roe versus Wade in a 6-3 vote. It is becoming glaringly obvious that screaming on social media, fighting in the streets, and, basically everything that we've tried isn't fucking working. So I want to hit these motherfuckers where it hurts, all right? Spread this message like wildfire. I want to organize the biggest strike this country has ever seen. I mean, we women and uterus-bearing people make up over 50%.
Uterus-bearing people. So she's trying to involve the LGBT community in that, right? And I think, is she talking about a sex strike? Is she really talking about a sex strike? I mean, we already addressed this. These women are not going to keep their legs closed. Let's keep it above. Oh, we're going to go on a strike? No, the fuck you're not. These hoes been fucking at 100 miles per hour, point blank. There is no, like, a lot of chicks, oh, I'm celibate, I'm abstinent. Look, and I can believe that this woman right here could potentially be celibate just because of her attractiveness level. But even then, there are still guys who are willing to hit, and a lot of these women are not turning down the dick.
% of this country's fucking population. If we strike and we cripple the economy, they have to fucking listen to us.
Strike how? In what way are you going to strike? What are you going to boycott? Okay? What are you going to boycott? Because we know you're not finna stop buying nail polish. We know you're not finna stop buying makeup. We know you're not finna stop buying that damn hideous hair dye, right? So what the fuck are you really going to strike?
Don't go to work. Don't buy anything if you can help it.
So she's trying to have y'all hoes. Not only is she trying to have y'all pregnant, busted, and disgusted, but she's saying don't go to work and don't buy anything. Good luck with that.
And for the love of God, use your voice. Organize as much as you can. Get this out there. They don't want to listen to us? Let's speak their language then. If we collectively refuse to participate in their economy and their class systems and therefore cripple it, they will.
Oh, so actively don't protect. I mean, y'all are the main consumers. What the fuck are you talking about? Women are the 80% of the consumer base in this country. And you're talking about going on a strike. Good luck, ma'am.
will have no choice but to hear us out. 70% of the United States population supports a woman's right to choose. And if you
and I don't even believe that. I don't believe that. They're like taking these random polls, mostly from college campuses. Okay, they're taking a lot of polls on college campuses where it is very, very liberal. All right, I believe most women definitely agree, but there are a population of women who don't agree. I think there's like 30% of women who are against abortion. So she's incorrect on that.
still think we live in a democracy, you need to wake the fuck up.
All right, so these hoes are mad, obviously. Let's see what Nancy Pelosi got to say.
Because it certainly is not one. Today, the Republican-controlled Supreme Court has achieved their dark, extreme goal of
So killing babies is not dark and extreme. This shit is crazy.
ripping away a woman's right to make their own reproductive health decisions.
What the fuck did she just say? Reproduct?
Reproductive health decisions. What this means to women is such an insult. It's a slap in the face to women about using their own judgment to make their own decisions.
Okay, yes, women make bad judgment calls. They don't have good discernment, especially when it comes to situations like this. See, they want to eliminate the rights of the infant. That is still a person, okay? Still a person. They want to eliminate the rights of a person who has not even been born yet and doesn't have the ability to speak up for themselves. Okay? Most of these abortions come down to selfishness, all right? Because the reality is they're talking about, oh, well, if a woman can't take care of the child, we'll give it up for adoption. There are so many different options that you have other than aborting the child. You also could wear a condom, have safe sex, pop a plan B. There's so many different, get on birth control. There's so many different options, contraceptives. There's over 200 contraceptive options for women, but they still continue to hop on that raw dick and make excuses for why they are where they are in life. So let's get into it. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has something to say as well.
Now claim to support a party and individuals who claim to protect the lives of children just weeks after over a dozen children died in Texas, now claim to support their life. Every single one of us has woken up today with less rights than we had yesterday.
So she tried to compare the Uvalde situation with abortion. Not the same at all, okay? Not the same at all. The only comparison you can really make is none of the children had a choice, okay? The children in Uvalde, they didn't have a choice. They were killed. And the children who are continually aborted in this country, they didn't have a choice. They were killed. That's the only comparison that you can make. All right? This is ridiculous.
Okay. And with so many individuals.
And then look, people are in the comment section. She will be president one day. AOC for the win again. Yo, I pray. AOC always coming through with the wisdom. These people, it's insane. She's got a lot of supporters, you know, over here where we're more conservative. I think people don't believe that these leftists have as much support as they do. Man, they've got a lot of support.
Individuals out here, I think it's important for us to also tackle this myth that this is somehow about babies or children or life. Because the same individuals who claim to be protecting life fight against universal health care. Do they believe in universal child care? Do they believe?
So she's conflating a multitude of different arguments. She's trying to bring in the universal health care and all this kind of stuff. And the main argument is, should healthcare be deployed or implemented or enabled by the government or private practices? And there's an argument to be had about that, right? But usually when we see healthcare across the world being implemented by the government, they don't really do the best job, especially if you look at Canada. Okay, they have universal healthcare, but if you ask the Canadians, they tell you that, hey, we're waiting in longer lines than if it was provided privately. So I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17. I don't really want to get into the weeds of that, but this is what they do. They bring in arguments that have nothing to do with the point. They bring in arguments that have nothing to do with the point and then try and conflate those arguments.
In life after birth, from their policy positions, I assure you, the evidence is lacking. Who are we protecting? Who does this protect? No one. Overturning Roe puts every single one of us in danger.
And the thing is, they are so hurt that they cannot kill their infant baby. That they are so upset. They're so upset, bro. And she's saying, oh, it puts all of us in danger. No, it doesn't. Okay. For one, all Roe did was make it a states' rights issue. I will say the price of abortion is going up for these hoes. It's going up for these bitches. So maybe they should think twice. Right? Maybe they should think twice on just throwing that pussy everywhere. And the reason why I'm saying that is because they're trying to make it seem that most of the abortions that go down are it's grape or incest, which has already been debunked, or the woman can't afford it, which has been debunked too. We see the same abortion rates, especially in the Black community, for women who have less means and women who have means. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor; they're still getting abortions at about the same rate. That's the reality of the situation. So it's not an instance of how much money they have or can they afford the child. No, it's just most of these women have become utterly irresponsible. Okay, that's what it comes down to. They're loose with the pussy. We already know this. We see this every day on TikTok, on Instagram, on social media, on OnlyFans, on Twitter, right? Twitter after dark. We see that these hoes are loose with the pussy. So they want to be able to retroactively reverse their decision on having that one night stand or making that irresponsible sexual decision with a man that they know ain't shit, but they were attracted to him. That's really what it comes down to, truthfully. All right. Most of the abortions that go down have nothing to do with the woman's ability to survive. Let me say that again. Most of the abortions that go down have nothing to do with the woman's ability to survive. So they say, oh, well, we need abortions for what if the infant is going to come out with a mental illness, or the child is dead in the womb and it's going to harm the woman. Okay, that's fine. And that's an exception that most doctors are willing to make. It's already on the books right now. And that is a small percentage of the abortions that go down. Women, especially Black women, are using abortions as another means of birth control. That's really the truth.
And what I think many of our colleagues perhaps haven't quite, or perhaps they have fully understood, is that this also undermines the right to privacy in the United States of America. But we are here to solve this issue. Our job is to develop a path forward. And in that, we know that this House has passed and is willing to codify Roe. But what we also need is answers from our colleagues in the United States Senate.
Okay, so somebody in the comment section of this video made a comment and said, Jennifer, she says, they also cut funding for school lunches. Who did that? Who did that? Okay, that was fucking Biden. All right. That was fucking Biden. So there's so many contradictions. All right. There's so many contradictions. Because Biden was saying, oh, well, we are not going to fund the schools that don't protect the rights of transgender, whatever. We're not going to fund their lunch programs. Okay, so they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They just going and typing shit. And it's really funny, bruh.
So to those senators who voted for these justices under the claim and the guise that this would not happen, this decision falls on them. What will they do? As they were lied to. What will they do as a consequence of this decision?
Oh my God. All right. So a lot of people don't really understand what's going on here. I see people in the chat, and I'm going to get to your chats. Guys, hit that super trap. Hit that super trap if you want to participate in the discussion. But there are also arguments that, hey, well, these women aren't getting pregnant by themselves. I guarantee if you look at the men who these women are getting pregnant by, they're huge red flags. Okay. And then I will also guarantee that these women are begging for the raw dick. They're begging for the raw dick, man. Like literally, I mean, you know, I've been out here in these streets, okay? I've had a lot of experiences. Me personally, I wear fucking condoms. I'm not getting these bitches pregnant, okay? I wear condoms. But majority of the time when you're dealing with these chicks, they're asking you to take the rubber off. I dealt with this one chick in college, and she straight capped to me. She lied to me. She said, I can't get pregnant because something with my uterus, whatever. I was like, okay, the fuck do that mean? She said, so you can come in me. That's what she said. That's literally what she said. Of course, I did not. I wore the condo and I pulled out. And it's insane that you have all of these women who really do not want to take accountability for their actions. Okay? They really don't, bruh. And that's really what it comes down to. They want to be able to be out here in these streets freak-a-leak when we all know that there's only 20% of the guys who are fucking. 1/3 of men are virgins or have not had sexual intercourse within the past year. I guarantee it's probably like 3 women who are virgins or haven't had. Like, men are not out here fucking like that. This is what women don't understand. They're not out here fucking like that. It's gotten substantially harder for men to have sexual intercourse, especially in this day and age. So women are the main ones who are fucking, and they're fucking 20% of the guys, probably less than that. So this is the issue that's going on. They're trying to, oh, well, men do it too. Men are out here fucking too. Well, where does the responsibility lie on? Okay. If you get nutted in, who has to make if you don't want to have children and you get nutted in, who should buy the plan B the next day? Right? Because you're strong and independent, but then you're also mad that the man don't want to buy the damn plan B. So which one is it? Watch this one. Let's watch this video. She said, that's it. Nationwide union pussy strike until we get our Roe v. Wade rights back. Ladies, hold out. No matter what, rain or shine, no more intercourse with men again for democracy. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. These hoes are not going on strike. Joel Davis Media Network said puts $4.99 on the super trap. He says, we need to do a show very soon, fam. We appreciate your work, and I definitely see you as a powerful force for the conservative movement. Okay, appreciate that. And I do want to preface this, guys. I don't align with any political party, okay? I'm not one of these guys who, oh, I'm Republican. No. I stand up for what's right and I'm going against what's wrong, okay? That's the fact of the matter. Should there be exceptions for abortion? Yes. There should be certain exceptions for abortion if it puts the woman's life in jeopardy. Other than that, get y'all dumbasses on some on some birth control. Make the nigga wear a fucking condom and take your plan Bs. You want to be strong and independent, put that $60 down to get that damn plan B, okay? And like I said, let's stop with because like people don't really understand the numbers, and this is a numbers game for real. This is a numbers game for real. These women really think that men are out here fucking. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Y'all are highly mistaken. Y'all are highly mistaken. Okay. So let's see. Let me get this. I should have had this article pulled up, but let me get this one. All right, let's get it. Shout out to Solitaire with the 199 super trap. He says, fighting for the right to be irresponsible.
Oh, say less.
Exactly. That's all it is. So let's see what this chick is talking about. She's talking about a sex strike. Bullshit. These women are not going on no damn sex strike.
What up, cocksuckers? Salute the flag.
Oh, God. Oh, man. I mean, this is just, it's laughable. It really is laughable. So let's get into it. The women think that men are the problem and men are having sex. On the contrary. All right. Nearly a third of men under 30 aren't having sex. Like I said, men between the ages of 18 and 30 are not having sex. That's 33.33 repeated percent of men who are not having sex. Okay. And those are the men who aren't having sex and haven't had sexual intercourse in a year. Right. That's the reality. That's a fuck ton of men. Can we say the same for women? Absolutely not. The number of men under 30 not having sex has nearly tripled in the last decade. And why is this? Sure, virginity is nothing to be ashamed of, regardless of gender. But with such a drastic statistic, what could possibly be driving such an immense dip in male sexual activity? The manly man's monopoly. Before we delve into who's not getting sex, let's have a look at who is. Let's look at it. Let's have a look at who is. It's none other than the Chad or Tyrone. You know the guy, the 6'5" beach body with big bright eyes and perfect hair. The guy, the good girl and the bad girl immediately swoons at. And the guy, the good guy, scoffs at. Which, if you scoffing at a nigga for getting pussy, you a hating ass nigga. But he's the one you see plastered in film and TV. This manly man is the guy who creates the underdog. He's the one who always gives the girl and stops the good guy from acquiring her interest. Well, this guy is just a film trope, right? Question mark. Well, he may not be. These men are very much real and they walk among us. It's likely you've heard about the 80-20 rule before. The top 20% of men monopolize 80% of the women. And the women think that men are really out here fucking. They're not. Okay? That's the reality. That is the reality. And we wonder if this rule of thumb between beta males has some validity to it. Most men are invisible to women. Some have referred to this as golden penis syndrome, where a handsome masculine man is able to reel in large amounts of women because he realizes he's a modern rarity for many. This guy also creates what's dubbed as an alpha widow by those who buy into such terms. This woman lands a chance with the alpha male and is forever branded by him. Every man who comes after him will simply not compare. Right. Although the 80-20 rule is still a disproven idea and studies have backed a little more, the variables here may be the lack of study involving the different nature of sex culture. And of course, who are usually the ones who to blame other people for their lack of sexual escapades. None other but modern subgroups of incels. All right. So in that passage, they're saying, oh, well, it hasn't been proven that the 80-20 rule. Well, we have so many women calling men incels. So my thing is, if you're out here calling men incels, and then you also think men are the problem, it doesn't line up. How can a man be an incel? How can a man be a fucking incel, and then he's also out here impregnating these women? So you're trying to say, we're laughing at you. You're an incel. You don't have sex. You don't get pussy. And then on the back end, the women also want to say, well, men are out here impregnating these women. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work both ways. You can't call a nigga an incel and then also say, well, it's men's fault because they're the ones who are out here impregnating these women. No, it doesn't go like that. And then if you top that with the study that only a third of or a third of men are not sexually active and are virgins, then the numbers just don't fucking add up.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.